Hi everyone. I hope you're doing great and safe. You're safe in this pandemic era. Even though it is a difficult time, we're making it through, and God willing, it will be over very soon. And in the meantime, we have learned different ways of dealing with life and learning new skills and activities like language. So you're learning Amharic now here, and I'm also teaching on YouTube, which I haven't done before the pandemic. So we're just taking it for good and trying to adapt to it and making ourselves safe. So after a few weeks of absence, I have come back with a new lesson. Actually, I have today I have not prepared a new lesson for you. Rather, I will be revising the. I will start this session by revising what I taught in the previous video, the verb to have and the calendar. Uh, I also promised in that last video that I would do it again because I felt that I kind of went rushing, and I kind of felt that I made it a little bit um, complicated or less clear for you guys out there. So today I will slowly revise the last video, and I will help you make it through this. Okay, here it comes, the verb to have. Um, the verb to have in Amharic works a little bit different from the English. We have the verb have is conjugated to every subject pronoun differently, like እኔ አለኝ, አንተ አለህ, አንቺ አለሽ, እናንተ አላችሁ፣ እርስዎ አለዎ፣ አለን እኛ አለን፣ እሱ አለው፣ እሷ አላት፣ እነሱ አላቸው። So here, all the letters or the characters I put in red mark the subject or indicate the subject pronoun, what is the subject, and what gender is the subject, what number is the subject, and what person is the subject is all indicated in the conjugation. So እኔ I have, the I is also embedded in the conjugation here. Ni is a first person singular marker in the verb have. So I say አለኝ. If I say አለኝ, I'm saying I have. And mind you, the pronunciation is አለኝ, not አለኝ. አለኝ is a different word. አለኝ means he said to me. I have explained that in the previous lesson too. So I have እኔ አለኝ, አንተ አለህ. So I will add like እኔ. So እኔ, this is kind of and the Amharic will be እኔ. እኔ አለኝ. But this is something that goes in bracket because the verb, the conjugation itself is self-contained or complete. So if you say እኔ አለኝ, it's just emphatical or kind of stressing that you have, stressing the subject. So ante alleh, ante alleh. Ante is second person singular, so that's you. Sorry, you ante. That's how you write ante. You pronounce the ante, and anchi allesh. So it goes on like that. So you may need to go back and refer to the lesson about the subject pronouns. Allesh, አላችሁ, አለዎት, አለን, እኛ አለን. So if we come here, this first person እኔ will change to እናንተ. I mean እኛ, እኛ. እኛ አለን, እኛ አለን. እርሱ አለው፣ እሷ አላት፣ እነሱ አላቸው. So it goes on like that. Here we have also the pronouns here. We have the pronouns here. እኔ ቤት አለኝ, I have a house. Example sentences are given here. But unless you study the Amharic alphabet, it is a little bit difficult to proceed with me here on this lesson, to follow me, because in the first few videos, I really strongly advised to study the Amharic alphabet, or the Amharic letters. It's called Hahu, Yefidel Gebeta. That way, you can enhance your learning. It will be so easy for you to learn, because you will be able to read and write. Well, at least read, because whatever you studied in the alphabet never changes in the application. In English, A to Z, you study A to Z, and then when you go to apply or to make words or read words, the pronunciation, A is not always A in English, and E is not always E, or I, especially the vowels. And the vowels change the consonants as well. So because of the influence of the vowels, P is not always P, and K is not always K, or Z is not always Z in English. But in Amharic, it's because the alphabet is phonetic based, or phonetic type. You read whatever you see, and I mean, you find them to be always the same. So ha is always ha, and then who is always who. He is always he. So all of this, all of the Amharic letters in the alphabet, in the Amharic alphabet, they are phonetic, and they never change when they are used in sentences or in making words in using the language in application. So my assumption is you have taken that advice seriously and studied the Amharic alphabet, and now you follow me reading the Amharic, and that's why I just put the Amharic first. And this one is just in case, to just help you or give you more support. So coming here, እኔ ቤት አለኝ. Now I'm using the word ቤት, which means house. So all of the sentences will say house. I have a house. She has a house. Um, I said she had there. Maybe that was a copy paste. Sorry. She has a house. He has a house. We have a house. They have a house. And then when you say we have houses, that will be different. We have houses, like let's say we have two houses, and that will be completely different. I mean, in Amharic, that will be, the have will change. We have two houses, and that will be hulet. The adjective here, the object comes first. Hulet, betoch, that will be betoch plural. Hulet betoch alun. You see, hulet betoch alun. So everything becomes plural. Hulet is the adjective, and it's two in Amharic as well. I mean in English. Betoch, houses. Alun, the plural form of have. I mean, when you possess one thing, and when you possess more than one things, or more than one, could be persons, ideas, etc., the verb have will change into plural. So hulet betoch alun. And if a singular person, I mean one singular subject as well says it. Here, let's just put that እኛ ሁለት ቤቶች አሉን. And then if it is I have two houses, the verb still will be plural, the same thing. I have two houses. That still be the same. So the Amharic will be any. Come on. Any ሁለት ቤቶች አሉኝ. You see, the አሉኝ is conjugated. Is አለኝ is different. You see, the singular, when I say I have a house, I will say አለኝ. You can see that there. When I say I have two houses, I will say አሉኝ. And when I say I have I have one house, excuse me, I will say አሉኝ. I have one house, and I have one house, or I have a house is አለኝ. I have. I just want to highlight that for you in a different color. Maybe I will just underline and show you. አሉኝ. So here it's አለኝ. I have a house is አለኝ. I have two houses is አሉኝ. አሉኝ. So I'll put that here. አለኝ. አለኝ. And አሉኝ. The አላኝ is not አላኝ, it will be አለኝ. I will copy this special character here and bring it there. And that's the አለኝ. አለኝ and አሉኝ. So we say አለኝ. I have a singular. አለኝ. I have something singular. አለኝ. I have something singular. አሉኝ. አሉኝ. I have something plural. Okay. Or some personate or impersonal, or like I have two brothers. ሁለት ወንድሞች አሉኝ. I have two cars. ሁለት መኪኖች አሉኝ. I have two houses. ሁለት ቤቶች አሉኝ. So አለኝ and አሉኝ. So I think it's good that I'm revising the same lesson as before, because this is too much for a new learner to take in. So it's good to focus on a few language items and work and go bit by bit. That's important in language learning. So this today you learn allen and allun, allen and allun, allo, allut. So that's in the next slide, I think, and let's go to the next slide. Um, Here. So it's like I have one thing, or I have singular, then you have allen, alleh, allesh, allachu, allo, allen, allo, allat, allacho. So this is have singular. Have plural, or more than one thing, more than one things. It is አሉኝ, as we saw earlier. አሉኝ ሁለት ወንድሞች አሉኝ፣ ሁለት ቤቶች አሉኝ. I have two brothers, I have two cars, I have two houses. አሉኝ. አሉህ, you have. አሉሽ, አንቺ ሁለት ወይም ከዚያ በላይ, more than one thing, have. That's the literal translation. You have. አሉሽ, አሏችሁ, again, you plural, have. አልወት, respect, you have. አሉን, we have. አሉት, he or masculine inanimate, has. So አሉት is either he or it. አሏት, again, either she or it has. አሏቸው, they have. So here, as I said earlier, the subject is understood. The subject is understood. You may refer back to the lesson that we did about personal pronouns, ene, ante, enan, እሱ, እሷ, and እኛ, እናንተ, እነሱ, and እኔ፣ አንተ፣ እሱ፣ እሷ፣ እኛ፣ እናንተ፣ እነሱ, እርስዎ, which actually should be next to anta. Let's just put it here, anta, anchi, and anchi, እናንተ, እናንተ, and እርስዎ. እርስዎ, እሱ፣ እሷ፣ እኛ፣ እነሱ. እነሱ is here already. So we take እርስዎ out. Oops. Stay there. Let me just put that a little bit down here, and I will just take that. እኔ፣ አንተ፣ አንቺ፣ እናንተ፣ እርስዎ, and then I'll take this and insert another text box. Put that here. Come on, insert another text box. Hey, where are you? Search. Text box. Sorry about that. Here. Um, so if I take there, this is an A, um, ante, not ante, ante. That's why I said we need to learn the Amharic alphabet. Anchi, because it doesn't make sense to write the pronunciation of one language in another language's character or in another language's alphabet. Nante, um, and sorry, leave it back there. Nante will be like this, not Nante, it's Nante. In Erso, and here again, Isu, Iswa, Inya, 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 and Inesu. Inesu. So they, we, she, he, you respect, you plural, you feminine. See how Amharic you masculine works. Very specific here in addressing and I. So these subjects are understood sometimes when they are conjugated with verbs. So we use them to just give emphasis. Like if I say allein, that's correct. I'm addressing to myself. And if I say any allein, that's still correct. But any allein is either you are identifying yourself among other people and giving emphasis or attention to the subject. I mean, you're making emphasis or stress on the subject. Otherwise, at some contexts, they may be considered as repetitive or redundant. So these are the pronouns, and you need to study them. By going back to the lessons I made on pronouns. Here the pronouns are not included because these indicate the pronoun. What type of pronoun is that? The verb to have conjugated with. So alacho, we know that they have one thing, singular. They have one thing. Alat, we know that she has one thing. She has singular thing. So allo, he has. And the same thing for the plural. If I say alwacho, then people understand that they have more than one thing. They have more than one thing or one person. So these are the pronouns for, the conjugation of the verb have, or has, okay, depending on the subject. Ene, allein, አንተ አለህ፣ አንቺ አለሽ፣ እናንተ አላችሁ፣ እርስዎ አለዎ or እርስዎ አለዎት፣ እኛ አለን፣ እሱ አለው፣ እሷ አላት፣ እነሱ አላቸው። እኔ አሉኝ I have more than one thing or I have plural thing or person. አሉህ you have more than one. So አሉህ you አንተ አሉህ አንተ you masculine singular you አንተ አሉህ you have more than one. አሉሽ አንቺ አሉሽ አሉሽ more than one. አሏችሁ you plural okay እናንተ አሏችሁ እርስዎ አልዎ you see here አልዎ one thing አልዎ two things እርስዎ አልዎ አሉን እኛ አሉን we have more than one. እሱ አሉት more than one. He has more than one. እሷ አላት she has more than one. እነሱ አሏቸው. So I just added the subjects as እሱ እሷ እነሱ was etc. just to show or to give emphasis on the subject. Otherwise, you can just say አለኝ አለህ አለሽ አላቸው አላችሁ አለዎ አለን አለው አላት አላቸው for one thing or singular. አሉኝ it's clear that it shows I have. አሉህ again it shows that you have. So the rage suffixes after the main verb አለ so አሉኝ እኚ ህ ሺ ቺ ወ ን ት all of them are they indicate the subject. Okay, they indicate the subject. Let me see if oops just turned all over into red. Okay. So I just want to show the suffix. I can use this. Okay. Copy this one and put it here. Right. There you go. So this is about the verb to have. And next I will go to that's numbers, but I'll go to the calendar. The calendar in Amharic is a complicated thing because for Westerns it works a little bit different from a Western calendar. Just to start with, we have the same days and the same months, but the order we use might be a little bit different, especially with the months. But I want you to learn here how the Amharic calendar works. We have different start of year months. So our new year is in September, the first day of Maskaram, which will be September 11 or September 12 in the Western calendar that we use in English. And depending on the leap year, when it is leap year, then it will go to 12s, September 12th. So our new year is in September, and our calendar is kind of called Julian Calendar. Um, I am not pretty sure on the history. I'm pretty sure of the history. I'm not going to teach you the history of how the difference comes to be between the Julian and the Gregorian calendar, but I'm just going to focus on the simplest facts and tell you those. So, as I said, our New Year, the Ethiopian New Year, is on September 11. So our first month is September. So you don't consider September as the ninth month, as it is in English, but it is the first month in Ethiopian calendar. And the other thing is, as I said, we use Julian calendar, and Julian calendar is 8 or 7 years, between 7 and 8 years behind the Gregorian calendar, which is used in the English language and in the Western world. So the English, the Julian calendar, this year, it is in English calendar or in the uh, Western calendar, it is September 19, 2020, right today. But in Ethiopian calendar, it is Mascaram Zeteng, መስከረም 9 2013, which means September 9, September 9, September 9, 2013. So it is this year, right, until January, it is 7 years difference. Then after January, when the Gregorian calendar turns to 2021, then the difference will be 8 years. So 6 months, 7 years, and 6 months, 8 years. That's how it's going to be. Right now, because we, from last August, we were in 2012, and in September we changed it, or we moved into 2013. So it was in August it was 8 years difference, but when we uh, um, celebrated our new year and when we started our new year, um, the difference between the two calendars at the two calendars becomes only 7 years. So next January, when the Western calendar changes to 2021, the difference will be 8 years, because we still will be in 2013 that time, until next August. So right today, we are in September, and September is our first month of the year. So months of the year and days of the week. Let's just start. Let me just come back to the days, and the days work just exactly the same, except that we call the days different names. Obviously different names in different languages. So Seño is Monday. We say Seño. And let me put that in English so I can help you. Seño, because as I said again, I assume that you have studied the alphabet. My first few lessons, like video 1, video 2, video 3, maybe video 4, they were all about the alphabet. So I assume that you studied the alphabet, and that's if you did that, that's super. That's wonderful because um, if you studied the alphabet, the Amharic alphabet, then you got it. Then you have the key to learning Amharic, and you never uh, go back again. I mean, you never get discouraged to learn Amharic because you already got the key. You can read whatever you see because um, in English, if I studied, if I just know all the 27, the 26 letters and A to Z, and can write them, read them separately. I can't read um, any English word or any English sentence I see. Um, I need to know how those consonants and vowels work together, and I need to know uh, the different sounds each letter makes when they are used in different words. But in Amharic, that's not a problem. Um, Once you studied the alphabet, every letter makes the same sound wherever it comes, the same sound. Like se is se everywhere. So nyo is nyo everywhere, never changes. So that's why I said once you studied the alphabet, you get the key. You got the key, and that's the most part of learning Amharic, and it will just give you um, the encouragement and the motivation to learn more because you read everywhere you see any word or any writing. Um, so I just give you here for those of you who haven't yet mastered the alphabet, the Amharic alphabet. So Sainyo, not Sagino, but Nyo. We don't have Nyo in English, or I mean Nye sound in general. Nye, Nyu, Ni, Nya, Nye, Ni, Nyo. Amharic is so rich and it has all sorts of sounds, and I think it can accommodate any sound that a human being can make. Um, and I am so proud of the people who invented the alphabet, and I just admire them a lot because they have researched and they have experimented the human sound and represented every sound, every sound. So Senyo, Maxenyo, Mac. Let me see. Where am I? Here. Macsenyo. Macsenyo is Tuesday. Rabu, Rabu, Rabu. The E is kind of silent. It's just Rabu. We don't say Rabu, Rabu. Hamus is Thursday. Hamus, Thursday. Arb, um, Arb, Friday. And Kedame, Saturday. Kedame, Saturday. Ehud, Ehud, Sunday. Senyo, Maxenyo, Rebu, Hamus, Arb, Kdame, Ehud. You can just study that by sounding, I mean, by rehearsing like Senyo, Maxenyo, Rebu, Hamus, Arb, Kedame, Ehud. So you say Senyo, Maxenyo, Rebu, Hamus, Arb, Kedame, Ehud. Zare, I will teach you some more vocabulary right here. So you can use, let me just go down right here and we'll write them down so you can learn them. like ዛሬ, ነገ, ትናንት. I'll put that first. ትናንት. So when I say ትናንት, ትናንት, ዛሬ, ነገ. So I'm saying tomorrow. ትናንት is yesterday. Yesterday, and today, and tomorrow. So you can say ዛሬ ሰኞ ነው፣ ዛሬ ማክሰኞ ነው፣ ዛሬ ረቡዕ ነው፣ ዛሬ ሐሙስ ነው፣ ዛሬ አርብ ነው፣ ዛሬ ቅዳሜ ነው፣ ዛሬ እሁድ ነው። ትናንት ሰኞ ነበር፣ ትናንት ማክሰኞ ነበር፣ ትናንት ረቡዕ ነበር. And then you go on. So that way you can continue studying your days of the week, የሳምንቱ ቀናት. And የዓመቱ ወራት መስከረም is September, ጥቅምት is October, ህዳር is November, ታህሳስ is December, ጥር is January, የካቲት is February, መጋቢት is March, ሚያዝያ is April, ግንቦት is May, ሰኔ is June, ሐምሌ July, ነሐሴ August, ጳጉሜ, English doesn't have ጳጉሜ. Amharic has 13 months, and that's another story. Now, good that I remembered this. So like the difference, the calendar, the 7-year difference, there is another big difference or main difference between the English or the Western calendar and the Amharic, the Ethiopian calendar. In Ethiopia, we have 12 months, 30 days each. So all the 12 months have 30 days. 30 days. No more, no less. No 28, no 29, or no 31, or just 30. I was going to say no 32. The English calendar also doesn't have 32. So just all of the months have 30 days. And the difference, you have 30 days by 12 is 360. But the year has 365 days. So the remainder 5 days were made to be months on their own. That month is called Pagume. So Amharic or Ethiopian calendar is a 13 months calendar. A 13 months calendar. The Pagume or the remainder days some become 6 days during leap year, every 4 years. Every 4 years, that Pagume months becomes 6, and the rest other times it's a 5-day month, and it's a very loved month because it gives time for people to think between the old year and the new year. It's just a preparation year. Month. A month of 5 days to prepare for the new year and to conclude the old year. Isn't it amazing? So next time, I think let me not make the video very long, and probably you may like it when it is shorter. So I'll stop this lesson here, and next time I'll continue with calendar. Calendar is part of the culture and part of the language, and it's very impressive because it's very different from the Western calendar, and I hope that might interest you. And I will continue on calendar. Next video will continue on. We'll start with calendar and finish the calendar lesson and go to the next one. We have done for 45 minutes, about 45 minutes now, and I think that is quite enough, just to keep it optimally short. Not very short. I admit that it's not very short video, but optimally short. And let me know your comments. Please subscribe, comment, ask questions, and let you learn Amharic. Uh, I mean, on your own pace and on your own comfort at home. This is what technology has given us. This is what the time has given us for free at your home and at your pace. So please enjoy it. Let me know your ideas, your comments, and your questions. Thank you so much. See you with my next video.